All right, everybody. Not sure how my internet's going to be right now, but welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network. Welcome to SSAWN Network. My name is Spyro, and today, if I can get my laptop correct, there we go, and maybe get some of my lighting correct, we are going to be talking more about NFL football. And based off of what we saw with the Packers and the Cowboys, it's it seems to me like some people may not like uh, the decision. What happened? That what day was that? I forgot. Was that Sunday night? I believe it was Sunday night. A lot of people don't like the tie. A lot of people don't like the fact that the Packers tied the Cowboys, and a lot of people don't understand how a tie can actually do you well. But is there more? We're going to check out some history of the ties, and we're also going to check out some fascinating situations that have happened because of a tie. And I'm going to start off with the Carolina Panthers back in 2014. Yeah, I believe it was 2014. And then I will share my screen as well for the statistics if this laptop will let me. So basically, if we look at, and I will go ahead and share my screen here. If we look at right here, the 2014 NFL season for the Carolina Panthers, you will see 7, 8, and 1. That is due to the fact that the Carolina Panthers tied, I believe, the Cincinnati Bengals. Go away, ad. We're not advertised for this company. So yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals. You guys see what I have to deal with? Is it going to stop? Okay, good. So where's the tie? Right here. Cincinnati Bengals, they went 37 and 37 in overtime, obviously. And Cam Newton didn't have a bad season, but obviously that means that the Carolina Panthers went 7, 8, and 1. Is that a good record? Well, it did get them first, but let's see how we got to the first. It's going to take a second because you know how things go. Maybe I should just stop sharing my screen or something. I don't know. Oh, it's not going to work at all. Okay, great. So basically what I'm just going to tell you guys what happened. Oh, nope, I'm not going to tell you guys what happened. I'm going to now show you because it's working all of a sudden. Go away. Nobody cares about Jackson Dart right now, although Jackson Dart is going to be very solid. I will say that. I've said that since he was in college, actually. But yeah, the Panthers went number 1 behind the New Orleans Saints, and they got to be in the playoffs. The Saints were unable to, even though they were a good team. I don't know what logic is that, right? But basically, had they have gone 7 and 9, I don't know if the Panthers would be able to get the winning record, but the fact that they got the tie did give them the advantage because of the fact that a tie is not a loss. A loss matters more in the standings than a tie does, because the loss counts as a loss. A tie, it's in the middle. So you didn't lose, you didn't win, but you're in the middle. You had a good game, basically. Depends. We'll get back with that. Looking at the other side of the ball, we have the Bengals as well, or the other side of the ball, the other side of the conference. We have the Cincinnati Bengals, who actually tied up against the Baltimore, or not, kind of Baltimore Ravens on the winning percentage side. On the winning percentage side, it did. When it comes to the loss ratio, it's 10-5-1, 10-6 for Baltimore. Baltimore lost 6 games. Bengals only lost 5. The tie will win it for Cincinnati to take the second spot automatically. They both did go to the playoffs, but if you're in the Saints situation where it's all or nothing to get to be able to win the division, that's where you got yourself something. I'll say that. So that's why it matters here. It doesn't matter if you win or lose in this situation. You're going to have a tie either way. And now I'm going to go to a different season. Let's go to 2019 season. Can I do that? All seasons. There we go. Let's go to the 2019 season because we have another team that's mentioned in this in the thumbnail that I'd like to talk about as well. The Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals, Week 1. They face off. This is Kyler Murray's first ever NFL season game. Because he literally just got drafted number 1 overall that year. Matthew Stafford and Kyler Murray, they do their thing and they tie. But you can see here that doesn't quite matter, right? Why does it matter now? If we go to 2020 and the NFL draft, this is where the draft comes into play. The Lions went 3-12-1. They were last in the division. Doesn't truly matter. Excuse me. The Arizona Cardinals 5-10-1, last in the division. Doesn't matter when it comes to the win-loss ratio. But it does matter in the NFL draft because if you look here, no trades were made. Arizona and Detroit, they screwed themselves on this one. Let's see. So you have Washington here. You have the Lions. And you have the Bengals. Now, the Bengals went 2-14. They got the number 1 overall pick Joe Burrow. Now we're here. This is going to be the 6th. Oh, God. This is a 6th season for Joe Burrow. Do you all feel old? Do you all feel old yet? This is number 6 for Joe Burrow. I remember when that dude got drafted. Okay. I can have that in my memory when I'm 60 years old and all that bull crap, right? All right. So the Washington Commanders, I'll be respectful. They get the pick before Detroit because of the winning factor. So because Detroit did not go to the playoffs, so I feel like they probably would have had the third pick anyways, because Washington was definitely a lot worse than Detroit. But the Lions, had they been able to get that 2nd overall pick and drafted, I don't know, who did they draft before? I think they drafted they drafted Jeff Okudah, which obviously he didn't. He ended up being a massive bust. I want to see who actually was better that year. Oh yeah, Trayvon Diggs was drafted this one. Xavier McKinney would have been a great pick. He's a safety though. A very, not very, but kind of a weak class when it comes to corners. Like, let's say, I mean, yeah, Jalen Johnson and AJ Terrell are not bad at all, but they're not wow factors. I'll say that. They're not wow factors. But getting back into topic, though, because we are talking about, win-loss ratios, Detroit ended up screwing themselves over. Same deal goes to Arizona with, they got who they wanted. They wanted Isaiah Simmons. I'm starting to sound like urinating tree, but that's literally what it is. But let's look at their standings here. Okay, you guys haven't been able to watch at all. Let me try to fix that. Let me fix that. You guys have not been able to watch what I've been showing. There we go. Draft. I wish I can just oh yeah, I could. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. But okay, so here's the draft. Let me show you guys now instead of, yeah. So what I was saying about the QB deal, or QB, cornerback, CB, yeah, not a lot of greatness from the quarterback position other than Trayvon Diggs having a massive 1 year. But going back now to draft for Arizona's case, let's go back to the cards here. 5, Panthers, Chargers, and Dolphins. All right, so we have Dolphins, Chargers, Arizona, and Carolina, right? Those are the teams that I picked up. What do you see? You see Arizona having the later pick because they end up. Oh, you don't see anything. Oh my God. I keep messing up. There we go. There we are. This will work. Okay. So As you can now see, Arizona didn't need a quarterback. Arizona didn't need well, I don't know. Could they have used a defensive tackle? I don't know. But I think they ended up getting the guy they wanted. Isaiah Simmons, you can play him at safety. You can play him at linebacker. It was a great duo if he were to have made it. And I wish he would have. Dude was going to be a beast. But it didn't happen. What's up, David? What's going on, man? Let me know what your thoughts are on this talk. I think you're in the Monday Night Raw show we were doing a couple days ago where we were talking about the ties. I'm showing how the ties can affect you in a negative way and a positive way. It doesn't really completely matter in the draft, especially if you have a good pick. Like 8's not a bad spot, but obviously 8 is not 5. 8's not at number 6. But the thing is, if you're the Arizona Cardinals, you feel good about that because you don't need a quarterback instantly. You don't need the top picks because you just got your QB of the future in Kyler Murray in that moment. And so, they would not have gone for a Tua. They would not have gone for Justin Herbert. Maybe Derek Brown, but truly, I think their eyes were completely on Isaiah Simmons. So now going back to, let's say, which season do we go to now? Let's go to this season. Let's go to this season. I think that'd be fine. Okay, sure. So let's see why this matters so much. So see, this is what the tie does. If you go to right here, doesn't really affect the Cowboys too much. I feel like they would have been in the third anyways, just because the New York Giants not really doing too hot, and I feel like the Cowboys have a better percentage anyways. So I feel like the Cowboys would have been secure at the third of the division. But I mean, look at this. Had the Packers have lost, we don't know I don't know. That kind of saves the Packers a little bit right there. I think it does. Obviously, nobody else is tied. But there's another team that I saw, and obviously, ironically enough, it's my favorite team of all time. Kansas City. Kansas City had a few seasons where they tied. Whatever. This doesn't really count. It's very new season-y crap. Let's go to 1989. I think that's where I saw this. I was actually pre-planning yesterday. Last night, actually. I lost sleep over it, but that's okay. Go away, ad. Nobody likes you. We like you, though, Jackson Dart. I hate the Giants, though. I really wanted the Chargers to beat the hell out of the Giants because it's the same reason for, like, the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions. It's like, all right, we can give the Lions a season. Whatever. Like, we've laughed at them for too long. The Chargers have a feel-good season right now. Same with the Lions a couple years back. But then now it's like, screw you, Giants. I guess it's the same thing as me, like, screw you, 49ers, or screw you, what's another, like, oh, Bengals. Yeah. It's like if the Chargers face the Bengals right now, I would so badly want the Chargers to beat the hell out of the Bengals. Or even if it's the Buffalo, not so much. I don't care about Buffalo, but the Bengals, man, I hate that team so much. Going back into this, I also need a charger because my stuff is about to die or fainted for the kids. Gotta talk for the kids sometimes, it's all good. Let's see about it. All right, so they did tie against the Cleveland Browns. They did not make the playoffs. I want to see which one. Let me see some real quick because I feel like there was a factor in this. Okay, there's kind of like I don't think this is good for Kansas City because they ended up not making the playoffs anyways, and they basically gave the Raiders another spot. But basically, they did go second against for the Raiders third, which is something. I mean, that's what the tie does. You will always win, even if you have a tie. You're always counting that as a win because it's still in the standings will look good. If you have an 8-8 team, you're 8-7-1, you're instantly above that team because that's the standings. It's technically a win in the standings, which is why a tie isn't all that bad. I gotta see for more of these teams. What's another team that got impacted over a tie? I don't think anybody else in mind. I'm just gonna put out some names here real quick. These are just some of these things that some of these things that I've really made was really just about. I mean, I just kind of wanted to. Oh, they tied in 2022. I don't remember that. Did they make the playoffs? They did make the playoffs. Let's see about that. Okay, the Giants made the playoffs in 2022. I do remember that. I don't remember them tying. They tied against Washington. Interesting. Daniel Jones, didn't have a great season. Let's be for real. But anyways, so yeah, they tied against the Commanders. You're not even seeing the screen. Okay, stop share. Share this. Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show you guys. I'll show you guys what's up. Mitch don't like ties. I know, but I'm trying to convince him. I mean, you're seeing it right here. A tie is a win. In the standings column, it can either screw you over in the draft or it can really bring you up in the standings. And that's what I'm trying to prove to him. I texted him last night, actually, if you're still here, David. I texted him last night. I was like, I made this. I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm doing the stream. And he's like, I really live rent-free in your head. I'm like, yes, you do, because a tie matters, man. A tie is not bad. It ain't that bad. Ow, my back hurts. Romeo Dobbs. I like talking about Romeo Dobbs. Great guy. All right. So, yeah, what I was trying to show you, Daniel Jones, not great season. Washington right here. Let's go back to what we were doing. Oh, my God. Go away. I don't want to talk about Jackson Dart anymore. Okay, so the Giants. Okay, so this is interesting. The Giants made the playoffs, but the Commanders went down. That's the thing. Do you guys think, and when I mean you guys, there's one viewer in here, so David, do you think if the Giants ended up losing this game against the Commanders, would the Commanders make the playoffs, or would that go to the Detroit Lions in hindsight? Because here's the thing. Ooh, no. Wait a minute. This is the factor I've been talking about. This right here. This here, Mitch. If you're watching this, Mitch, this one's to you. Because look at this. 9-7-1. 9-8. 9-8 for Detroit. Didn't make the playoffs. Why? Because New York has a tie. It doesn't matter if it's 9-7 and then 9-8. It matters that the tie, is that up and close? The tie is what matters. Okay? The tie, he's going to come in here and I'm gonna text him real fast, be like, I'm calling you out, bro. I'm calling you out. Oh boy, ain't that something? Well, cause you have less. Well, exactly. Yes, David, you get it, bro. You get it. A tie is not a loss. He keeps saying how a tie is a loss. It's not a loss. You're looking at it right here. The Lions have more losses than the Giants, technically, which means the tie overbears the fact that there's 7 losses because there's only 7 losses. Technically, the Detroit Lions have. Technically, the Detroit Lions are the losers here because the Giants ended up going to the playoffs because of that one tie. Ugh. All right. That's actually funny, but obviously, if we go into this, if we go into the history here, oh yeah, I forgot the Giants did make it to the divisional. That's weird. Of course, Philadelphia did their thing, but Giants wasn't too bad that year. I think the defense is what did it. I know it doesn't look like it here, but I feel like that defense wasn't too bad. Getting back in topic though, ooh, another Giants example in 1997. If I can share my tab over this way, interesting. So 10, 5, and 1 with Jim Fossil. I believe that was his name, Jim Fossil, as the coach of this one. The last 2 times the Giants tied anybody was against Washington. Oh man, ain't that something? Oh, ain't that something? They did go first though. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's see if okay. They ended up tying, and they ended up being. Oh damn! Philadelphia had a tie too. But see, hey, Dallas though. Okay, who do they tie against? Baltimore. I was wondering if Baltimore ever tied. I gotta see about that. I was wondering if they ever tied. I think that was their second season, right? 1997. I think. All right, hold on, guys. I'm having a computer misfunction. Yeah, so that would have been their first season, gone 4-12. That is, that's pretty bad. All right, that's pretty bad. um, so who do they tie against? The Eagles? Yeah, the Eagles. All right, let's keep the standings up though. So obviously the Bengals will get the win. The win helps. That doesn't really tell me anything though. Oh God, I can hear Mitch's voice now. Well, if they got the win, then they would have gone over the Ravens. Well, that's not true because the Ravens had a worse season, so that's not even true. The Ravens still had a worse season, even if it's still a tie. I don't know. Like it's the same thing with right here. Same thing with here. But the thing is, who's texting me? Oh, it's not Mitch. Okay, I really thought that was gonna be Mitch. I really want him to team star me right now. All right. Now that I've gotten my rant out, I ranted a little bit. It happens. ADHD, folks. ADHD. Okay, so this season doesn't really matter too much. Let's see about it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Cowboys, Eagles. I guess you could flip them around though. I don't think it would have made any difference though. In the draft, maybe, but not really. Like, let's see. Six. What was a 6-10 team? Another 6-10 team. So yeah, I guess they would have kind of screwed themselves a little bit because they would have had 3 picks in what they would have had. I guess maybe I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. But that's basically what my point though is a tie is not a bad thing, and there's truly an art form with a tie when it comes to statistics and when it comes to the I guess analysis of your season. Like if you're a bad team and you tie and you're trying to bring your stock down to draft a better player, you might not have the best luck. If you are trying to make the playoffs and you are barely at the cusp, you are trying to make that wild card spot, that 7th seed, and you have to be behind a guy that's the exact same. You have to hope that this team doesn't win or doesn't or they can win, but you have to hope to win your game as well. Your tie is going to overbear that. I need to see another example. Hold on. I'm going to try to get one of those for you guys real quick. Let's see. I don't know what team would have been a good. I'm trying to find a different team other than like let's do Patriots. I don't know. Patriots don't really tie though, like ever. I don't think so at least. Yeah, dude. The last time what in the hell? Oh wow. Okay, I'm sharing. Hold on. You guys need to look at this. Whoever's watching this later on, like, watch this. So you see how the Patriots tied in 1967, which for some reason was a very, very common time to tie. I don't understand that, but um, like I guess it's easier to tie. Like I saw a team with 4 ties in one season. I don't know. It's weird. Look at this. 1967, right? Was the last time Boston, also known as New England, tied. As the New England Patriots in 1971 and down, they have not tied a game since. They have not tied a game ever as New England Patriots. That right there should be a record. That right there. Actually, I'm going to look it up. What is the. Hey, don't do that. What is the longest time an NFL player. Nope. Team has tied a game in history. I feel like that's okay. List of NFL tied games. No. Why does the NFL allow ties? So the game doesn't go on for a million fucking years? I don't know. Because it's competitive? Knowledge is human. What? I don't know what the fuck that means. uh. Tired. Okay. Gotta get the tiredness out. Didn't Pittsburgh make the playoffs? I can probably use a thing off of that. Steelers. Actually, I'll just go to the 21 season. There we are. We can share this tab. Yeah, I'll go to the. I'm just going to the Steelers, or at least this part. That's crazy to me, though, guys. That is so crazy. Like, how does the. I don't know, like, how does an NFL team not tie at all? One, as, you know, like New England Patriots have not tied since Boston. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I can show the statistics again, but like the Patriots haven't tied a game since they were Boston. Not New England. My God. Steelers though, right here they tied against the Lions. That doesn't really matter though. The Lions were shitty in 21. Let's see about it. So yeah, tied against Detroit. I actually remember that game happening. I didn't watch it live, but I saw it. Mason Rudolph, the one game Mason Rudolph was a part of. That sly son of a bitch. That guy is something else. uh, I want to see how so they were second in the North with a very strong North, I should add. Very strong. I think Baltimore. I think that was the year where Baltimore was like there was a lot of there were two really crazy games at Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore didn't do too hot that year. Browns. No, the Browns. Who was their quarterback at that time? I'm actually curious. Baker was still their quarterback. Okay, cool. That's why they played decently, at least. All right. So yeah, not really much competition. I guess if they could have won a game, they might have won the division, but I don't think. I don't know. Maybe. Excuse me. Ugh, tired, folks. I think that was the year. Wasn't that the year where that was the last playoff game for Ben? Wasn't that the last year for Ben Roethlisberger? I miss Ben Roethlisberger. I know he, as a person, he wasn't the best, but I think, uh, I think it would have been fine. Yeah. Yeah, that was his last ever season. Wow. I remember making a post about it because I was after a Chipotle. I remember making a post about Ben Roethlisberger. I was working next to a retirement home, like one of those like older like elder homes, and I was like, "We sent him to this place, yeah." Coolest thing I've ever done in my life. That and being born. Yeah, that was really cool. So Kansas City ended up being the Steelers, obviously. Who did the Bengals face? Oh, the Raiders. Okay. I wonder if that would have had a different outcome. I don't think so, but you know, we could have seen. Okay, so if interesting. If we saw these two facing off against each other, ooh, and then we would have had. I think we would have had Bills. Did you guys hear that? Anyways, I think we would have had Bills versus Raiders and the Bengals versus who? Why is this not making any sense to me? Oh, because I'm not adding the fact that, yeah, Tennessee had that's fucking weird. 2021 was just a weird year, dude. It was the weirdest year I've ever seen in my life. You have the Steelers. You've got no, you have the Bengals and the Raiders. Okay, and then they face off. So Bengals take on Tennessee, while the Buffalo Bills take on the Raiders, and then the Buffalo, and then you see that, and then you go to here, and then ooh, interesting. Bengals would have won anyways. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm doing Steiner math over here. Don't mind me. Steelers made the playoffs. Probably taking out the Colts, which is why, I mean, hey, these are important. These ties are important. Had the Steelers not tied, I genuinely feel like, or if they would have won if they would have won, there would have been a battle with the first overall, like the number one and the AFC North title. But because they tied, they still had a chance. They still are with Miami and Indianapolis. That one was hard to say. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys understand the art of the tie. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here now. I'm going to log off of here for now. Next week, hopefully I'll have a video available next week. Should be next week. Should be. But we'll see. Next week, I think I want us to do something about linebackers because I am very much a big fan of linebackers, and I think linebackers have a very important part of the game. Linebackers are literally quarterbacks. I don't think they are appreciated enough, and I believe that the history of them is remarkable. So, if you guys want to see some of that, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next for the NFL. Let me know what you guys want to see for the WWE or wrestling in general. I would love to do something about that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in. Such and whatnot. Don't forget the whatnot, and have a good one. All right. Oh, don't leave. I want to end the stream first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm prepared. That's all right. There we go.